Did you say
We coming to you live, man. Hostage Publications. You know, we got this
Hostages Publication.
Straight Hostages Publication.
Movie production company.
You know, I got the author Kenny Boy right here with me, Kenneth Anthony Brown Jr. You know, he finna read his little movie script to y'all, man. It's called Obalina, man. Y'all tune in.
Hood Ghetto Fantasy.
Hood Ghetto Fantasy right here. Y'all tune in.
But this is the acknowledgement, man. First off, I would like to thank the Most High for always being there with me in the box, especially when it came time to put down another hit. From urban to fantasy, and just like a rapper would feel, I ain't gonna lie, it's been a hit after hit. Shit supposed to be going platinum or diamond. It's to the point where I'm starting to feel like the truth. Shit, I got niggas in the G-Wall starting to say, damn, Kenny Boy, you're my new favorite urban author. That's some shit to tell a nigga like me, and all this street shit I done really been through. I deserve some kind of plaque, straight up. Secondly, though, I would like to thank Kenny Sr., rest in peace, and Tanja. Yeah, the old boy and old girl without y'all, and the things y'all taught, I wouldn't be here, nor on this level, true story. Third, I would like to thank and say, I love you to the only woman that ever actually stole my heart and made me love her back, Karen Patricia. Kenny girl, you know what it is? It's always and forever with us. 5 lifetimes. You're my soulmate, fuck another. Little Kenny Boy, my son, my little nigga, boy foolish. Dog, I would be a real moral if I told you this wasn't for you. All this is for you. When I go in the lab and be in that bitch for months or even years working on these projects, thoughts of breaking generational wealth, be top priority, true story. Man, this Obalina, man, it's the first scene.
Tune in, y'all.
Nigel left the Kati village at midnight like he did every other night on his nightly stroll in hopes to meet up with the love of his life, Princess Butia, at the Red River, where the moon was said to be so close to the water that it showed red. At least that's the story that was passed down from ancient times. The Red River was a half of a mile from the Kati tribe's village, a short distance but far enough for Nigel to free his thoughts. The Kati tribe's people were a mixed tribe of people of all races that had formed together and governed themselves, picking its own tribe leader, someone who wouldn't abuse their authority or try to overlook the people in his tribe as slaves, like all other slave mental system tribes in Obalina. The Kati tribe were the so-called outcast tribe and had an army of only 800 well-trained fighting warriors that were sworn to protect the Kati villages and all its lands. They were training younger men such as Nigel to also be a part of the Kati tribe army, not picking fights or starting wars with other tribes, but to help protect its family. The Kati tribe village population was 1,800 people that all helped each other no matter how big or small the problem or situation were. They were all caring and loving people that had once been stripped of everything and left for dead in the Kati land wilderness or in some part of open plains in the land of Obalina. Obalina was a big country that sat all by itself, and all that surrounded it was water for thousands and thousands of miles, but it was said to be the sister country to the land called Obatala, the piece of land that broke off and distanced itself. The Kati tribe people accepted all those that wandered in the Obalina lands looking for food or shelter. Nigel had been found by the Kati tribe people exactly 13 years ago when he was only 3 years of age, a baby wrapped in sheets, floating on wood in the ocean. The women that had actually found him that day swore that they had saw a beast push Nigel ashore before it dipped back into the water, and all they saw was a splash from his tail. Nigel was said to be from the faraway land of Obatala, and that was a great war and fucked it up.
Go.
And that great war had wiped out his entire bloodline. Human people that battled a more darker force, armies of the underworld that the land of Obatala was said to be the chosen people and were blessed by the Most High to give birth to a golden child, a warrior for all mankind, and on earth God that will be able to fight off nations of thousands and millions alone and will be able to transform into a pure, all gold 24-karat human form lion gorilla bear. When Niger approached the Red River, he spotted Princess Butia flying in on a flying horse-like creature and couldn't help but smile at the love of his life, the most beautifulest woman he'd ever known or laid eyes on, the woman that made all his pain and suffering go away, the one that made him forget all the hurt he felt. "Hello, Nigel," Princess Butia said, smiling excitedly as the flying horse came trotting up, tucking its wings when it had finally stopped walking directly in front of Nigel, who fed it an apple and patted it. Princess Butia got down and jumped into Nigel's welcoming embrace, the only place she felt any sort of safety. Princess Butia were a 17-year-old Latin female that were born and raised in the Manchuria lands, a part of the Manchuria tribe, which was east of the Red River and east in the land of Obalina. The Manchuria tribe's population were a couple of 100,000 men and women, and Princess Butia's parents, King Esteban and Queen Ladji, ruled the entire eastern part of Obalina by force. King Esteban had been chosen to lead his people and granted the powers to rule and control the air and winds in Obalina and serve the people righteously. "How are you, Butia?" Nigel asked with so much respect and love for her, but not calling her princess because she hated to be reminded that she was her father's child. Nigel was enjoying their embrace as well, while smelling and loving the sweet fragrance she wore. After a few moments of enjoying each other's embrace, they both reluctantly pulled apart, and Princess Butia rubbed her hands over Nigel's 7 big golden dreadlocks and still couldn't believe the power she felt from them. They were so beautiful to her, she admired them. She admired everything about Nigel. Princess Butia had never saw anyone like him in all the land of Obalina. "I missed you so much. I thought of you the entire day," Princess Butia finally responded, a little sad about her life, while looking down, wanting to always remember Nigel this way. "I missed you also, and I couldn't wait till midnight. I needed to see you, my girl," Nigel replied back quickly while using his giant index finger to lift Princess Butia's chin so that she was looking at him and not down at the ground. Princess Butia really had to look up at Nigel because Nigel was tall, actually bigger and taller than everyone in the entire country of Obalina. At 16 years old and still a young boy growing, Nigel stood 7 foot even and weighed a solid ripped up 350 pounds, and there wasn't a percent of body fat. Nigel was all natural. He didn't exercise or try to build muscle like all the other boys, men or warriors in their tribe. "Well, my father is trying to send me off tomorrow to the Aharo tribe to marry Princess Natu," Princess Butia finally announced what was troubling her as she stared into Nigel's natural red eyes. Princess Butia knew when Nigel didn't like something or when something made him mad because his eyes would turn into a burning flame and his body would become very hard, solid, as if it wasn't made of flesh. "And what did you tell your father?" Nigel asked angrily, never blinking or looking away from Princess Butia, wanting to hear her response, but deep down in his heart, Nigel knew that Princess Butia loved him, "that I wouldn't, and that I would only marry you," Princess Butia replied truthfully while rubbing a hand up and down Nigel's arm to calm him, and that got the burning flame inside Nigel's eyes to stop burning and go back into his natural red color. It even put a smile on Nigel's handsome face. Nigel loved Princess Butia more than anyone would ever know. She was pure and amazing to him, and that just made Nigel want to take her far, far away and live, just the two of them, in a cave somewhere, and Nigel would do all the labor and hunting. All Princess Butia had to do was be good to him and bear his kids. "What did he say?" Nigel asked again out of concern because his soulmate was not smiling, nor did the look she wore said she had gotten through to him. A tear slid down Princess Butia's face, and Nigel wiped it away before kissing her on the forehead, assuring her that they would always be together. He said that he would send 5,000 armed elite fighting men, some of the best warriors Manchuria has, with swords and arrows to kill you and the entire Kati tribe. Princess Butia replied, hurt that all of this could be done just because she wanted to love. More tears rolled down her face because Princess Butia knew her father meant every word he had spoken, and she also knew of the powers he possessed. Butia, don't cry. Me or my people aren't worried about your father or his men. We have the Most High watching over us.